Since we moved to France 2 years ago, we've been dreaming of exploring the rest of France. Like there's a lot more to France than just Paris.
Yeah, like 35,000 unique towns. There's mountains and beaches, swamps, and even volcanoes. I want to see them all.
Yeah, me too. So in this video, we're gonna share with you Colleen's top 10 bucket list places she wants to see, and then I'm gonna give you my top 10. So are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, so tell us what you have on your list.
So the first thing on my list is a hot air balloon over the Loire Valley. Because in the Loire Valley, they have over 300 castles, including the Chateau de Chambord, the Chateau Chenonceau, and they have tons of vineyards. And I want to ride in a hot air balloon over as many of those as possible. And then at the end of the day, we can relax with a nice bottle of Sancerre and some of the local cheeses and rillettes and things and just have a lovely night. And maybe discover some new vineyards and some new wines I don't even know about. That's on my list.
So the first item on my bucket list is Regville, which is a small village just south of Strasbourg in the Alsace region. It's just a few miles from Kamard, and it's basically an open air museum. It's nestled between the mountain and the vineyards. And many houses there dates back from the 14th to 1700s, and they're all painted in different colors. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's also known as one of the most beautiful villages in France. Now, of course, the local food is going to be the German influence, so there's probably going to be some choucroute and pretzels and everything. But the thing I look forward to having over there is some Riesling wine, which is from that region, and it's probably growing all around. So that's definitely one of the things I want to do over there.
The next item on my list is Avignon. Because I remember as a kid with the song, you know, with the people dancing and singing on the bridge in Avignon. Well, it wasn't until I started looking into it that I found out there's a lot more to Avignon than that. Because this is a place where the Pope actually lived in the 1300s, and there's a palace of the Pope that is a protected UNESCO heritage site. And being in the south of France, I know the food there is amazing, and I just can't wait to go experience that, dance on the bridge, and have fun with my sweetheart.
Next on my list is the small village of Roque Madur in Dordogne. Roque Madur is located as what we call in France our canyon. Now, it's not the Grand Canyon, it's the Petit Canyon. In Roque Madur, you can see the houses and it looks like they were just pasted on the side of the mountain. It's an absolutely beautiful village, and it's considered one of the top villages in France. Now, because it's located not too far from Bordeaux and that region where there's amazing food, some of the stuff that to try there is some pâtés and foie gras, and obviously amazing wine. So Roque Madur is definitely on my bucket list to go and check out and take Colleen and discover it together.
It's my turn again, and I want to go down south on the Mediterranean to a little place called Kamard. This is like a whole estuary or a whole biosphere of nature, and they have like 300, 400 different species of birds, including pink flamingos. But what I really want to do there is ride horses on the beach, because the Camargue horses are a special kind of a species, wild horses running around, and it is on my bucket list to ride horses on the beach, and there's no better place to do it than Camargue.
Next on my list is to go to the city of Bordeaux. Now, of course, Bordeaux is known for a wine growing region, but it's also the port city of the Garonne River. You got the Musée des Beaux-Arts, you got public gardens and river quays, the Grande Place de la Bourse, centered by the Three Graces fountain. Of course, we already know that we're gonna have great wine there, but there's also some amazing food like oysters from Carcassonne, which is a region from there, so you can have amazing oysters there. And one thing that I just heard of is the bœuf de Bazas, which is free-range beef that apparently is one of the best beef in France, so I definitely want to try that and visit Bordeaux.
The next one on my list is Mont Saint-Michel. Now, I know this is a popular place and lots of people know about it already, but I've never been. Mont Saint-Michel is best known for their rushing tides and the towering fortress that brings this island up to a head. This is an impenetrable fortress with 7 towers and rampart walls surrounding the island city, which is a modern-day working medieval town. And not for nothing, it's also where Madame Pollard is from, so this is definitely one that I want to see. You got to take me there.
Next on my bucket list is Corsica. Now, it's nicknamed the Island of Beauty for those amazing landscapes, red cliffs plunging into turquoise water. There are stone villages everywhere. They're like clinging on the mountain and dramatic gorges. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, it's not a huge island, but I heard there's a little bit of everything. You got the mountain, you got the beaches, you got the plains. It's really a great island that I need to discover. And it's also the homeland of Napoleon. He was born there. The more I learn about it, the more I want to go. It is definitely a bucket list item for me to go to Corsica.
Another place that I have to see on my bucket list is Auvergne, because I just discovered in the last year that there are volcanoes in France. And around Auvergne, there are like 80 volcanoes. One of the amazing things about volcanic areas is how lush and green they are and how fertile the produce and everything else is. You can hike up the side of the volcano, and they even have places where you can hike down into the volcano, which I don't know if Antoine would agree to. I don't know if I want to do it, but it's really cool that you can. And they have tons of great cheese to go with all the produce that comes from that lush green landscape. So this is a place to go be in nature, relax, enjoy great food. I want to go.
Next on my list is to go to the city of Lyon. Now, Lyon is the capital city in Auvergne and Rhône-Alpes region. It's actually a very large city. It's got arrondissement and it has its own metro. And I heard that the old Lyon, the Vieux Lyon, is absolutely gorgeous. But the thing that I want to see and experience the most in Lyon is les bouchons, those tiny little restaurants that are all over the place that serve amazing food. A lot of people go to Paris for great food, but if you really want to try great food, you have to go to Lyon because that is the gastronomy capital of France. That's where all the good stuff is coming from. So I want to go to a bouchon, I want to experience that, and that's definitely a bucket list for me.
This one may not be on Antoine's list, but it's definitely on mine. I want to go to Lourdes and experience the healing waters. The Virgin Mary told a local woman to drink and bathe in the waters flowing from this spring, and I want to see the waters, I want to drink the water, wash in the water, and I want to swim in the waters. And I want to light a candle and join the procession with the rosary at Lourdes. Yeah, I want to experience that.
Next on my bucket list is to go to Biarritz and Saint-Jean-de-Luz, which is right next to each other. Now, Biarritz is an elegant seaside town in the southwest part of France. It's almost in Spain. It's actually 20 miles from Spain, and it's in the Basque region. Now, it's also a major surfing destination. If you're into surfing or you actually want to see people surf, this is where you want to go. You want to go to Biarritz. And just south of Biarritz is Saint-Jean-de-Luz, which everybody has told me you have to go and check it out. And of course, because it's in the Basque region with a lot of Spanish influence, I heard they have amazing tapas there, so I want to check that out.
I have another spiritual item on my bucket list. I want to walk the labyrinth at the Chartres Cathedral. I want to feel the energy that's there. I want to do the walking meditation in the same sacred geometry where pilgrims have walked since the turn of the 12th century. It's easy to see why this is another one of the UNESCO heritage sites, and I've been wanting to do this for years.
Next on my bucket list is on the French Riviera, the beautiful city of Nice. Now, Nice is one of the must-go places on the French Riviera. There's this beautiful promenade along the beach, which is called La Promenade des Anglais, which is absolutely gorgeous. I heard that pizza actually over there is amazing. And ratatouille is from Nice. So when I go there, I want to eat some pizza, I want to try the ratatouille, and I want to have a good time. I really want to check out Nice this year.
This next one is someplace we've been before, but I want to go back and spend more time. We were just there passing through, and that is Chamonix, right at the base of Mont Blanc, where France, Italy, and Switzerland all come together. I remember being there, looking out our hotel window and being up above the clouds, even in the room. This place is best known for skiing and snowboarding, but there's way more to Chamonix than that. I want to go back there in the summer or warm months and see the expansive views. I want to hike, I want to check out cable cars and gondolas and the alpine toboggans, maybe paraglide over the mountain, and of course, relax in the local hot springs.
Next on my bucket list, and it's going to be strange for some of you, is the city of Dunkirk. Now, the reason why I want to go to Dunkirk is for one thing and one thing only, which is the Festival de Dunkirk, or the Mardi Gras Festival. My mom was born in Dunkirk, so I've been there many times, but I've never seen Mardi Gras. And from the stories that she told us when we were kids, it is really a fun and crazy festival. People wear costumes, there's a lot of dancing in the streets and music. One of the things that happened there that I actually want to see is the mayor from City Hall throwing herring fish to the people on the bottom. So I have to experience that because I've heard this story so many times, and I told Colleen about it and now she wants to see it. So that is definitely on my bucket list, to go see Mardi Gras in Dunkirk, which is at the end of February.
Next on my list is the real medieval town of Carcassonne. This place dates back to Gallo-Roman times. It's on a hilltop at the foothills of the Pyrenees Mountains in the Languedoc area, and it has been occupied since the Neolithic days. It has a pedestrian-only cobblestone old town with basilicas dating back to the 11th century, museums of all kinds, including one about the Inquisition, and there's a fortress with 53 towers and 2 massive walls surrounding the city, and by contrast, you can rent a boat and ride along a tree-lined canal. I want to do that.
Next on my list is the medieval castle of Getalong. But what's funny about the medieval castle of Getalong is it's actually 20 years old. 20 years ago, a group of people got together and decided to do a study on how castles were built during the medieval time. Once you get there, you could actually see the workers wearing the clothes that they wore in those days, using the same techniques, and they were building it stone after stone. You could actually see the castle coming together right before your eyes. So if you've ever wondered how did they do this in those days in 13 or 1400, you could actually see it in real life. And that's definitely one of my bucket lists for France.
And last but not least on my bucket list is the Christmas market in Strasbourg. I love winter in France, and 2 of my favorite things come from the Alsace region. The Strasbourg Christmas market is one of the oldest markets in all of Europe, and it goes back to 1570 because the Strasbourg Christmas market is known as the capital of Christmas all around France. There's a 100-foot Christmas tree in the middle of the Kleber Plaza and over 300 outdoor stalls in this medieval town with half-timber houses and Gothic cathedrals. And oh my God, the food. Most of the French winter food that I love comes from this area, so I just have to go there, celebrate. We should probably start planning that now.
And the last one on my bucket list is the city of Annecy. Now, Annecy is in the Alps, and it's a beautiful village in France. It's considered to be one of the top 10 most beautiful villages in all of France. It's got cobble streets and winding canals and pasted colored houses everywhere. It's overlooking the medieval chateau. We have a lot of friends that told us to go and check out Annecy, and it's definitely on my list of places that I want to go and check out. All right, so that was our top 10 list for you and I. Now, if you have bucket list items, please put them in the comments below and let us know what is on your bucket list. We wish you a happy new year for 2023, and until next time, au revoir.